Good morning, everyone. Settled in here in our new studio, our new house in Portugal. So, for those of you who don't know, we spent the winter time in Mexico. Was great fun, but we felt like okay, it's getting too hot. We don't see ourselves raising our kids there. So, we decided to move back to Europe, back in Portugal, in the Algarve, the southern part. So good to be here with you guys today. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, few things. First of all, everything with AI changes everything for you as business owners, obviously. And I want to share with you a story about a meeting that I had. Like we met some friends once we got back here. So we met some friends, and one of them has a he has a business. It's a very successful business. He basically connects designers, and he's a wholesaler basically of designer clothes with different um, stores. So it's more of a B2B business, stores around the world. And he thinks that his business is a dime business. And so my take on this was listen, as long as you're making money, now is the time for you to reinvest in technology because you don't know how long this run will be. And so now you're making great money. That's great. But instead of you and the whole conversation start because we're three entrepreneur friends. One of them is more into real estate, and it's always like that's the first thing that you think about when you think about investing is like where do you put your cash? Like what do you do with the reserves? And so the first thing that people think about is like, okay, let's put it in some concrete, let's put it in some real estate, which is okay. But from my experience, I've invested in real estate before, um made decent money, I would say. And obviously you have the the valuation of the property goes up, which is great, but it's a freaking headache, especially if that's not your prime job, if that's not what you're focused on. Dealing with management companies, that's the worst. I'm trying to cash out from that deal. I don't want to deal with it. Why? Because it takes too much energy. That's not something that I understand much about, and it's just a freaking headache. And so the first thing that comes up, because one of our friends says, like, okay, yeah, you should invest in real estate, and he's also thinking about investing in real estate. And I'm like, why? Because everyone says so? No. What you, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're whether you're a service business owner or whatever you're doing, what do you want to invest in, especially if you know the industry that you're in? Invest in yourself, invest in your business, and invest in technologies that can help you leverage what it is that you're doing. So I told him, listen, instead of you trying to find, like, I don't know, interesting investment opportunities in real estate, why don't you invest in technology solutions in an industry that you know much better than most people around the world? And the fact that the colleagues of yours and the people are now buying from you, but they said that they start competing with him, whatever. It's like instead of you trying to beat this game, which is basically a zero sum game because it's a race down to bottom because everyone's just um, price shopping and whoever has the best deal wins. Why don't you invest in a technological solution, in a software, in something that makes their lives easier? And like my idea was, listen, like you should do something like there's an Israeli company called Final. Um, and it's like a fintech company startup. It's not a startup, it's like a huge company. But they work on arbitrage, right? So they work on, okay, now we see that the price of a stock is 1.25 in New York, but in the Eastern market, it hasn't updated yet. So they work on these small things. So that's one idea. A second idea is just like simplifying the process for wholesalers to buy the stock, and you just become the middleman. And I think that one of the most interesting and beautiful stories about this is during the gold rush. I don't remember who I heard it from. Maybe um, Alex Hermosi or what's the guy from ClickFunnels? Russell Brunson. I think Russell Brunson mentioned this in his book, which is the during the gold rush in California, the one person who made the most amount of money, and I think the first one to become a millionaire from the gold rush, was the guy selling the shovels. So instead of you just trying to, like be like finding gold in the river or whatever, just sell the tools for people who do it. And I do as I preach, and I'm also working on um, technological solutions in my company. Nothing that I can share of as of right now, but as a rule, invest in what you know and invest in your business. Like, do it as part of your business, because you would have much more leverage and it would be easier for you, both if you think about selling later on, but also from the point of view of your customers who now have a seamless experience and be like, whoa. And if you see that this is something that's working, maybe you can offer it to other business owners as a service, as a software as a service. But yeah, just that's something that I think a lot of people are missing out, especially business entrepreneurs, and think that the only thing, an asset you can invest in, is real estate, and that's not true. I actually interviewed Emily Holdman. The podcast also should be up later this week. They've raised, the first fund was 50 million, the second fund was 300 million. They invest in businesses, in local businesses around the country, around the states, right? So if you want to invest, like maybe you buy another business like yours in a different location, or in your neighborhood or whatever. There are different asset classes and there are different investment vehicles that you're way more equipped and you're way more of an expert and can actually get much better return on your money than just buying into real estate, because everyone's investing in real estate. If that's what you do, real estate, good for you. But for the 99% of people who don't, well, there are other options. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lior Vaknin. I run a coaching program called Local Service Mastery, helping home service business owners grow and scale their home services to 7 and 8 figure by mastering lead generation. If you want to learn more about that, there's going to be a link down in the description below. If you like this video and want to watch more videos like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe to this channel. And I'm sure there's going to be a recommendation for other videos somewhere around here, I don't know. So make sure to go check those out as well. And that's it. Till next time, see you. Peace.